BOMAC 2019 with your virtual tailgate offering our comments on industry-specific information relevant to the conversations being held for owners, managers, and administrators in the design, engineering, and construction industry, and who are conferencing on important topics this week. The AEC industry is our first love and the springboard to everything else that we have done and are doing. When we virtual tailgate, we select a couple of topics of interest that we have experience in, would like to share, and expound on as our industry contribution to those also gaining knowledge in this sector. Topic number 1, project-based learning. From middle school into profession, project-based was the learning style that I preferred. The cardboard model of the Globe Theater and the wood model of Hayes Junior High were two project-based assignments given in high school and in middle school. These assignments are our first interaction with construction-built sciences, and they were presented in a project-based form. My mechanical hand drafting elective introduced me to computer-aided design, which launched me into my first college working experience at a firm. Projects were divided and issued to teams working together to accomplish a goal. We developed a project management skill set, among others, that enabled me to operate my own business, as my first clients enlisted my service because of our project management expertise. This skill set enabled me to teach at higher learning institutions and to comfortably bring together teams to collaborate in person, digitally, and at times virtually. Project-based learning can be defined as a student-centered classroom approach that encourages active exploration, demonstration, and/or solutions to real-world problems and challenges. When we taught, most of our classes involved a real site, location, or a real problem that needed to be solved. Similar to what I was experiencing in the profession, I challenged students to develop skills that would readily assist them to navigate their career path. I put a value on their time and the money I knew they were spending for their education. Today's AEC debates have me excited and ready for what is to come in the AEC industry in the next decade. There is an increase in the need, requirement, and testing of leadership, management, and entrepreneurial skills. There are now AEC software options that provide platforms that encourage integration between multidisciplinary teams. Technology and computer-aided digital representations are driving an AEC industry shift in the right direction. Project-based learning is still a foundational contributor in how we teach, train, and fulfill service. In any industry disruption, it's just good to know some things can stand the test of time. Topic number 2, shipping container projects. These types of shipping container projects that are being discussed are for design placement in urban settings as housing, retail stores, and office space. We think shipping container design projects can be used in many suburban and rural areas as well. Particularly, we have seen developers use them creatively and cost-effectively in food parks near college towns. They could be used for shelters, disaster relief, and construction trailers in remote areas. During one of our graduate school projects, our project team embarked on a business venture that will provide mobile shipping container housing for oil field personnel. I traveled with my husband as he worked as an engineer in the oil field. We stayed in corporate housing, hotels, and even looked at mobile homes. A safe and stable place to live, play, and work while staying mobile, ready in case of a transfer, sudden reassignment, and move does cause a level of uncertainty. It isn't particularly easy. This is the problem our graduate project group was looking to solve. Our graduate group one-page abstract described our shipping container solution to population fluctuations in the oil boom towns. At an initial cost of $26,000 per unit, we would use the $12,000 per rental unit at 3 to 4 rental units per site to build one new unit. Style options would include bunk style, individual, family units, group kitchen, group restrooms, etc. Starting with an initial cost of $100,000, we anticipated our rental income to be close to $200,000 by year 5, break even about year 3. A slow climb, but it was a working business model that could work and is working in other companies who manufacture, build, and distribute shipping containers for this use. Topic number 3, ownership, virtual offices, and data analytics for operations. From day one, I knew that the end goal was to be an owner. I wanted to own my own business. I learned as much as I could while working for others, keeping in mind that I would step into a similar role in the future. Several years after founding our firm, we met 2 guys who worked for a firm to which they wanted to become a partner. We needed more work, and so we began doing project management for the firm. With further inquiry, we found out that the 2 guys had foregone getting paid with the promise of partnership. They hadn't been paid for months. I immediately asked and sought a meeting with the owner, presented service contract terms, and opened a remote office. If I was going to bring clients to the firm in hopes of being partner, I was going to do it while getting paid and on agreeable terms. Surprisingly, this was common in the small firms we serve, so we often found ourselves in client acquisition mode in addition to managing projects, teams, and the office. Our remote office experience and success led to our interest in using data analytics for improving operations and our comfort with virtual project support, team collaboration, and office management. We continue to use a working business plan that expresses our annual goals and reports, quarterly goals and reports, and significant areas of strategic transition, growth, and changes in the form of charts, graphs, and key metrics of study. Market research and data analytics keeps what we do relevant and in line with current needs. It is so important, and we can't express this enough. Topic number 4, minority inclusion. We have shared in our MLK Black History segment found in the Mac Moments playlist on our YouTube page. It details the positive personal impact of working with African Americans in AEC education, training, and profession. After this session, it would be worth your while to check it out. There are a couple of issues we didn't cover, so we'll talk about them here briefly. One is pay equality. Pay equality motivated us to go back to school full-time to get our degree. We often worked directly with owners of the firm, and as such we were privy to operational and administrative types of information. We came across a pay schedule form that showed me that I was the lowest paid project manager doing the same amount of work within my job level, description, or class. I thought I had a great relationship with my owner, that I did great work, and so I sat down to discuss this disparity. I was told that I couldn't expect equal pay because I didn't have my degree. I responded with a plan to go back to school, which was met with resistance from my owner. Apparently, my making money for the firm was more important than my professional goals. It was such a disappointment. I eventually quit that job, and there were at least 2 more instances after I graduated where I had to make the hard decision to approach an owner about appropriate or an increase in compensation. Each were small firms, less than 10 people. In 2004, when we started our own business, client acquisition and composing fees became one of our primary roles. As an owner, I could decide what my time was worth, I could negotiate the deals, and I could define the workload. I could determine who I would work with, what clients to take, and work hours. I would make sure that I wasn't shortchanged. We believe that we will be able to make a better living wage as an owner rather than an employee. Bullying and harassment. I can't recall ever being bullied or harassed while working at an architectural engineering or construction firm by anyone. Of course, you have your office politics, power struggles, and friendly competition, but it was also civil. We are professionals. We conduct ourselves as such. In working in a male-dominated industry, you build a kind of grit and resilience, perhaps uncommon in other types of industries. With that said, while in undergrad, I did have some problems with some students and even some professors who targeted me as the only African American woman in the class. They actually made comments to that effect. And when we moved to the Central Corridor, we worked in a public education environment where we were targeted as the only African American woman in the department, from men threatened by our ability and authority. South of there, we moved to an area where we became a target by various organizational leaders because we were an expressive African American woman, because we dared to become a business owner, and because we work from our home. Targeted with bullying and harassment verbally, socially, and one of which was physically. And that's not fun stuff, but it happens. And as an owner, you have to work through it. These types of activity can cost you clients, damage your brand, and put your reputation on the line. So tread carefully as you resolve them. We have shared some tips about reputation management in a previous bomaqtalk 2019 segment found in the bomaqtalk playlist on our YouTube page. It details some of the top areas of concerns and how we have handled these types of situations. After you complete this session, find and listen to that segment as well. Evolving with the AEC industry. We bomaqtalk about it. If you would like to continue this discussion one-on-one, connect via chat, video, or email from our website. Self-schedule an appointment at our website, www.urbanetek2.com. Select a day and time for us to have a conversation about your specific management needs.